This lesson looks at teamwork through a few different kinds of apps and software that can help make volunteer management easier and more efficient for you and your volunteers. Software tools can increase your ability to work with volunteers as a team and be successful, along with supporting challenging schedules and virtual volunteers as well. Technology for teamwork can help make it easier to assign tasks to volunteers and ensure they're getting things done. You can also use software to make planning and scheduling easier, primarily using free tools that are easy to use and widely accessible. Technology can also make it easier to collect important data, either survey feedback from volunteers or even applications from potential volunteers. The goal of using technology for teamwork and knowledge management is to have easily accessible tools to make your job easier and give your volunteers better access points to you and to the information they need to do their job. To that end, everything in this lesson is accessible on any device with an internet connection, meaning volunteers can even use it in your office if you have volunteer-accessible computers. The first main focus area is task management. Whether you assign tasks or delegate task management to program managers and volunteer supervisors, it's important to keep track of the tasks being completed. While almost every volunteer will have a very clear position description describing their tasks and duties, task management software can streamline the process of assigning, managing, and checking in on tasks completed. Using web-based tools such as the one we'll show soon allow you and volunteers to check in anywhere. One of the important aspects of task management is ensuring communication and follow-up. You want to use a tool that lets volunteers ask questions or allows you to touch base with volunteers on progress. You should also be aware of the technological literacy and access for your volunteers. Do many of the volunteers in a particular program have better technology access? Task management software might work better for them as opposed to a group of volunteers with limited internet access and technology knowledge. As a general good practice, try not to overload volunteers with too many tasks at once. You can have ongoing tasks, and if there are many of them with similar deadlines and/or expectations, they can be grouped together in whatever software you use. Don't pile on many tasks with the same deadline or onerous expectations at the same time, and pay attention to volunteer completion and questions. Using task management tools allows you to lay out the needs of the volunteer program clearly, and you may want to give more volunteers and/or other staff access to the tasks that everyone can see and assign, which would be possible in many of the online task management systems. Trello is a web-based task management system that has a very user-friendly free mode and offers additional capabilities in its paid variant. This is a Trello board. In the system, tasks are individual cards and can be moved into columns of your choosing. The board lets you see all the tasks and columns in one view, and you're able to share access to your board with volunteers and/or staff simply by email. Once connected, you can assign tasks to specific volunteers. For example, if you have a board for planning an event and you have 10 volunteers helping you out, you can assign specific cards to each volunteer and keep track of everything in the right column, such as to do this week, to do this month, and back burner, not important. You can easily move cards between columns as well.